all the minis together at Spa. These are the Mini Emilia cars. Ian Curley in pole position among this group. And here's the look at the grid. Curley, Solis and Wayne Greer, Michael Jackson, Sims and Simon Adams. That's the top three from each group. But obviously the Emilia cars will run, I would think, ahead of everybody else. And the start there, which would suggest that that's going to be the case. Weather conditions just a wee bit damp. Surprise, surprise here at Spa. It's so often the weather that can play a part. But of course, in these conditions, the front-wheel drive Mini that's been racing now since 1959 absolutely revels. Jenny Cook with the onboard camera, number 80. And making a place there, up past number 74, Ray Lyles. There's no question about Ian Curley in the lead. Back aboard with Cook. And back in front has gone her personal quarry, Ray Lyles. And look at the gap that has opened up already at the front of the field. A remarkable performance that. No question about it that Ian Curley really has gone very well on the first lap to get a lead like this. Bit of weaving going on by second place man, 31 Peter Baldwin. Solis also well up there. Stuart Drake too, a man to conjure with. But look at this lead as they come up now. Brake change down for La Source. And a discernible break between this little group here, the Mini Emilia cars, and the group behind. The road certainly wide enough for the Minis there as they come past the start and finish. And the advantage of having that lead on a circuit that, as we have said already, has got a fair amount of water on it, as you have seen, inestimable, as I'm sure Jenny Cook would testify. Wiper waving, cleaning that screen, but it's not quite the same. Not nice clean changes, but that's a place up, and she missed the spinning Ray Lyles. On the far side of the circuit, it's still Ian Curley, however, dominating the situation in zero. Lifting that rear wheel, but you can see the understeer too as he goes into the left-hander. Whoops, off goes number 4 into the barrier. Richard Vega striking it a vicious blow, which has not improved the front of the Mini one iota and has seen his departure from the contest. Meanwhile, it's a change too at the front of the field, because up now has come number 5, Stuart Drake to second place, and no sign at all of Peter Baldwin. And Drake closing that gap, and doing so quite quickly. So a challenge there, unexpectedly almost. Stuart Drake coming up to upset Ian Curley's domination so far of this race. Slots in behind him. Takes a slightly earlier apex there. Yellow flag out. I think that's for the results of the incident we saw earlier on for Richard Wager. As up come the 2, and a change of leader. Into the lead goes number 5, Stuart Drake, as Wager's car is pushed away. Here are the leaders. Here a battle. Mike Jordan clips the barrier. Mike Jordan loses it. Hits that tar wall. Up comes the bonnet. And here's the challenge, as Ian Curley comes back up onto the tail here of Stuart Drake. But Drake seemingly is able to maintain his advantage as they come down toward La Source. Third placeman behind looks and is Bill Solis at his best, also closing that gap effectively. as down the hill they go. So 3 cars fighting it out in the Mini Miglia battle here. Stuart Drake in the lead. Ian Curley next up. Bill Solis. The latter two, having been fastest in practice, come upon a slower car, keeping well out to the left there. And that looked to me as if there was a problem. It was the slower man who had the problem. I thought for a moment or two it was Ian Curley, but it wasn't. But Curley has a problem. Now it's Bill Solis coming up, taking a good close look. Drake determinedly getting on with the job. Solis would desperately like to move up a place. Understeer again as they scrub their way around this circuit. And under braking, inevitably there's been that change as Solis has now found his way up to second place, and it's he now who is challenging Stuart Drake. So the source, and looking at the inside, and Solis looks at the inside there. There was a warning shot across his bows from Drake. So Solis thought better of it. Tucked himself up behind in time to see the checkered flag fall. Solis finishing in second place, and I think with a problem, it sounds as if it's on 3 to Ian Curley, who finishes third. Matthew Heyman, meanwhile, finishes ahead of Phil Manson and Tim Sims in the Mini 7s, and they all go to the podium to celebrate a victory at Spa.
Le vainqueur, donc, Stuart Drake sur la voiture numéro 5, deuxième Bill Solis, troisième Ian Curley, donc les vainqueurs.